Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Building Loyalty Programs That Improve Your Bottom Line, hosted by Pizza Marketplace and sponsored by Revel Systems. I'm Mandy Detweiler, site editor for QSR Web and Pizza Marketplace. I'll introduce our speakers in a moment, but first I'd like to remind everyone to stick around for the entire presentation because at the end you'll be able to submit a question and possibly have it answered during our question and answer portion of the webinar. Running a restaurant, whether it's a single mom and pop or a chain, is difficult. I think we'd all agree with that. From recruiting and retention to supply chain issues, restaurateurs are facing wave after wave of challenges. One way restaurants can get a leg up is through the use of loyalty programs. They're savvier, they're more attractive, and they're more intuitive than ever. According to payments.com, more than 57% of people would spend more with a loyalty program in place. And other data shows that increasing loyalty by 5% could boost a restaurant's profits by 25 to 95%. Today, we're going to talk to Revel and Como, leaders in customer engagement and loyalty solutions, to discuss how integrated loyalty solutions can encourage repeat guests, increase volume, and directly improve a restaurant's bottom line. So today, we're going to start off with a poll. If relevant, do you have a loyalty program implemented at your business? If everyone wants to go ahead and answer. Then we'll go ahead and let Mark take it away.
Great. Thank you. I'm Mark Harris, Director of Product Marketing at Revel Systems. Today we have an exciting presentation. We also have Yossi Milham, a VP of Business Development from Como, and also a joint client, Garrick Robert, Director of Franchise Operations from Salad Station. Just some background on myself. I've been with Revel about 7 years. I've worked in product development across many areas of the platform. Today, we'll be focusing on loyalty and loyalty programs. Before we go on, let's take a look, if we can, at the results from that poll. And it looks like the majority do have loyalty programs implemented, which is not surprising, but they'd like to maybe improve that. Well, you've come to the correct talk. Also, it's interesting, a number of people don't have loyalty programs implemented, and that is definitely a huge opportunity. So I think with that, I will jump on in. Just some background on Revel Systems. Some of you are Revel clients, some of you are not. In case you're not familiar with Revel Systems, we were founded in 2010. It's interesting, this dovetailed with the deployment, the first deployment of the iPad, and our founders were the first to leverage the iPad for the POS and also a cloud solution. I know at the time I was involved actually in the restaurant industry. I have kind of a joint background, and I thought, well, that's smart. You've got a cloud solution and you've got a thin client that's easily replaceable in terms of hardware, and that's the future. Today, Revel offers solutions across a number of different application types, front of the house and back of the house, for restaurant and retail. But we also spend quite a bit of time on our API integration layers so that we can partner seamlessly with best-in-breed third parties, and Como is a great example of that, who provide fantastic loyalty experience. So maybe just taking a step back to think about why implement a loyalty program in the first place. I mean, the short answer to me is it's table stakes, and in terms of investment, ROI, it's probably the best thing you can do in terms of driving profitability. Pretty much, you don't have to look far to look for a study on the loyalty industry and the dynamics there across many different industries. It increases guest spend and visit frequency. This is proved out time and time again. You're also forming branded connections with your customers, leading to more stickiness. And then this is not, a manual system. This is a digital solution. And so you're generating data, and data is the name of the game. You can do personalized marketing. That's really the secret sauce behind all this, to segment your customer base and drive campaigns towards different segments of that. In addition, data gives you all kinds of insights around how the business is running and how to optimize it. You can also make more informed menu and business decisions. And of course, last but not least, you can turn your customers into promoters of your brand, which really leads to growth. With that, I want to turn it over to Yossi to talk a little bit about what Como sees in the industry, the loyalty industry right now, and what they've learned and some of their solution set.
Thanks, Mark. Excited to be here with you all, and thanks for taking the lead on the importance of loyalty programs. So let's get this started. I really love this section as it shows the transition of loyalty. As you may know, back in the 90s, card-based loyalty programs gained a lot of popularity. So many brick and mortar businesses were looking to implement in-store loyalty that was easier to monitor than the collection of paper stamps that was very popular in the late 19th century. While this type of card-based loyalty programs are still frequently used today, the emergence of technology has started a new chapter in the history of loyalty programs, mainly because there's no data collection on customer transactions, no personalization on campaigns based on behaviors of customers, and a lot of openness to fraud from employees. So today you have a cloud-native customer engagement solution with tons of flexibility. This flexibility is key to set the right marketing campaigns based on behaviors of members, preferences, history, and so much more. It allows you to collect actionable data and insights from different audiences of your business, being able to import existing loyalty databases while having access to so many different cloud solutions that will allow you to engage with customers via omnichannel communications. Now, here is the future. Okay, and it's time to stay ahead of the game by getting the right technologies for your business. It all starts with connecting to every single touch point of your business, your point of sale, your online ordering, kiosk, e-commerce, and even social media. Then we're going to be able to leverage the data because of the item level integrations. This will allow you to understand better who your customers are, their behaviors, and their preferences. Of course, this will help you to do all the personalization and personalized interactions that you need, and different communication activities that you can do to engage with members on a personalized way. Now, this is not only available to enterprise restaurant brands. Any small and medium-sized business can benefit from creating your own branded customer engagement solution and loyalty program. Now, if you go a little bit deeper into the main sections, connecting the tech. Okay, this is crucial. Connecting the tech is very important, and we need to connect every single touch points that work together with your point of sale and with third-party integrations to streamline all the systems and have a unified solution that can handle customer data and offers a seamless experience across all the different channels. You can very easily manage multiple channel campaigns for your customers, both online and offline, as opposed to working with separated and not organized systems that will not work together. So integrations are key for the success and management of this type of programs moving forward. Data reports are also very important, but it can become very overwhelming when you don't have full access to it and you cannot get them so quickly. Sometimes they're even hard to understand, and you cannot make actions based on the results. So with Como and Revel, you have access to real-time data, and you can leverage our smart recommendations engines based on your specific needs and goals to make very quick decisions. Also, our integrated data analytics tool will help you in just a few clicks away to better understand everything about your business and who your customers are, so that we can segment them based on their behaviors and engage them with different marketing automations and also our Camellia artificial intelligence campaign. The main goal of the AI component is to generate incremental revenue from customers that are not supposed to make a purchase or to visit us on a given week. Once we know who our customers really are and how often do they come, what their preferences are, now it's time to use the right tools for personalizing the interactions and incentivize those customers based on their preferences, based on their profile and their purchase history. It will allow us to have more profitable campaigns, to retain the customers, and to make them come back with personalized messaging that makes them feel very unique. All of this is being achieved by multiple tools of communications with customers. So a smart customer engagement solution will be able to identify the preferred communication channel of each member or audience of a business before it creates the communication campaign. This will allow you to choose your audience and A/B test your content to get very detailed communication efficiency reporting. And of course, this will allow you to get valuable insights on who your customers are with forms, surveys, and in-app ratings and reviews. At Como, we offer a very wide selection of modules that can be implemented to create your own branded customer engagement solution based on any business requirement. So every business will have different goals and loyalty schemes that they want to implement. It all starts with personalized rewards. Because of an item level integration that we have, we're going to be able to personalize rewards to members based on what they like to buy, how often do they come. We don't want to offer a promotion of, let's say, a chicken burger to a vegetarian customer, and the technology will allow us to understand that. We have different ways for gamification capabilities, like a scratch card, a lottery card, spin the wheel campaigns, different type of promo codes to offer unique campaigns that are going to be targeting both members and non-loyalty members, friend referrals that are going to help us to grow the loyalty database organically, and get incentives every time that one of our friends or family members join the program. We also have digital gift cards that can be accessed on the website of the customer and also in the branded mobile app. Digital punch cards that can be based on an item, on a categories of items, or based on a visit as well. Cashback and mobile wallet features. Point shops, as you know, is the main loyalty scheme that is being used by Starbucks today. It allows customers to accumulate points based on the dollar value spent, on the location, items they're buying, or even day and time of the purchase. And then once the customer has these points available, they can choose what type of reward they want to redeem based on the point shop structure. We also have a very exciting new feature, which is called the subscriptions or memberships, that will allow you to offer a service or a discount to specific members that are paying a monthly, a quarterly, or a yearly subscription directly on the app on the website. And finally, tiered-based systems that are becoming a more common usage. We're able to offer different type of benefits and incentives to members that depending on their tier level. So all of these modules are very personalized for you to use based on different requirements and business goals. And it'll allow you to have the customer engagement solution that you've ever dreamed of. So that's it for me today. And now I want to introduce a mutual customer of ours that is here with us, Garrick Robert, Director of Franchise Operations at the Salad Station. Thank you, Garrick, for joining us today.
Yep, thanks, Yossi. So share a little bit about our experience at Salad Station with both Revel and Como. So our brand is, we're 10 years old. Actually, we turned 10 this month. So our company was founded just outside of New Orleans in June of 2012. We didn't start franchising until around 2017, and I joined the company 4 years ago, so 2018. And when we first started, or when I first joined, the family that had started the business, when they started Salad Station, they picked a POS provider and a loyalty provider that kind of met their needs at the time. As we got into franchising, those providers really weren't best optimized to meet our needs. So one of the first things I did when I got here, started exploring other options for us for a POS system, one that could adapt very quickly and one that we could continue to grow with and use 2, 3, 5 years down the line. So in that process, started researching multiple POS providers and came across Revel. And there were a lot of things that we came to love about the Revel system. Mark talked about it earlier. The hardware ease of using an iPad, the cost of that when there's hardware issues, the ability to replace it is very fast. The other thing that we found is how intuitive it is to train somebody. So even though we have manuals upon manuals of systems that show team members how to use Revel specifically for our brand, because how we execute our product in store is a little different from most. Our product is fully customized by the guest and then weighed at checkout. What we've found is the ability for a team member to just step up to an iPad and learn how to check out a customer, ring up loyalty points is very easy to train because they intuitively know how to swipe and change screens very easily. So it makes the learning curve very, very quick. The other thing that we loved about Revel was its ability to provide us large scale information at our corporate office across many stores. So right now we're 26 stores and growing. We have 4 in the opening process. As we speak, we'll be opening a store in about 2 weeks. We'll be at 27 stores here very quickly. So Revel has been very, very good for us, and we foresee that being a long-term partnership as we get to our first stage goal of 100 locations. So during the time before I got here, the brand had built up a decent loyalty database. I think we were just shy of 200,000 members at the time I started. So it was very important when we were picking a loyalty provider that we pick somebody who could integrate the existing database, but also seamlessly onboarded new guests in the same way that we were able to sign up guests on our last loyalty database. And our text database was very, very important to us. We needed a provider that could assimilate that, but also improve upon how we communicate with those guests, not only in text messaging, but helping us communicate with guests in other ways. So for us, it was a pretty easy decision to go with Como because they could assimilate our large guest database. At the time, we were just under 200,000. Now I think we're at 400,000 members. The vast majority of those members are textable by us. And Como allowed us to actually reach those customers faster. With my previous provider, because of the size of the database, we had to schedule those messages to go out over several days. With Como, we can get those messages out typically in one day or half a day. So that has allowed us to move much faster, and especially as we grow, their ability to take on our guest database has been a great partnership for us. Some of the other things that have been great about Como is it has allowed us to kind of spread out in how we interact with our guests and offering them rewards in our communications with them and how we execute our loyalty. So a couple of things that were touched on in the earlier slides that we've done. We do it's funny to see the kind of the scratch card and the punch card, because I came up with a brand that's how the loyalty system was built, was a physical punch card. So something we do every January to kind of capture the healthy eating momentum is we do a punch card for repeat performers. So try to encourage people to eat as many salads as they can in January as they try to adapt New Year's resolutions. So before Como, we used to actually print a physical punch card and send it out to the stores. Distribution was always something to work through, then getting the team members to hand those out. Well, this past year, we ended up digitizing that punch card on Como, our app that we have with Como, which was another evolution for our brand, was getting a Salad Station app was something that we wanted. Como was able to help us with that. So within the app, this past January, we did our first ever digital punch card. So no physical card produced, no distribution of that. Simply, if you're a loyalty member and you have the app, every time you made a purchase in January, you would receive a punch. So the customer could see that in their app. So it worked fundamentally just the same. It was just a much simpler way to execute. And of course, just with the digitization of the customer's interaction with brands, we felt like it was a great move for us. Most recently, we're actually in the middle of it now. Today is the last day of the Salad Station Summer Spin Game. So every summer, we have done a scratch-off game where customers can, if they meet a minimum purchase, they receive a scratch card, and there's any number of prizes they can win, either instant win or collecting several cards and putting things together to claim prizes, from points to free food to larger prizes. So this year we decided to digitize that game within the app as well. So this is our first experience with this, and I have to say it's been great. You can see on the slide there what the game looks like within our app. So customer makes a qualifying purchase in our store. They have to be a loyalty member, but in our stores it's very simple. All you have to do is give your phone number and we can get you signed up, which is how we've managed to collect such a large database over the years. We make it very easy in stores. We simply just ask the guest for the phone number. Really rarely requires much more explanation beyond that. It's amazing what percentage of people will just give you their phone number if you ask them for it. And so that's how we've amassed 400,000 members very, very quickly for being what I would consider a relatively small brand. So when guests make their purchase, they will get a push notification via the app about a minute or two later, and it tells them that they've earned the right to spin in the Salad Station Summer Spin Game. They press that push notification, it'll bring them straight to the game, and they can spin. You can see the prizes there on the wheel. We do everything from varying loyalty points to a free drink, free cookie, free salad, to our larger prizes. We're giving away free salad for a year, a Nintendo Switch, Oculus VR headsets, and our grand prize, which was actually won yesterday by a guest here in Louisiana. We're giving away a cruise vacation. So we gave that away yesterday. We're very excited. We're going to be touching base with that customer today, and hopefully we'll be getting some good PR out of that. So it was really fun to see the game evolve in this way, from a physical scratch game that had to be mailed out to everything's done in the app. Required very, very little work on our end, mostly just some design from our in-house team and providing some numbers for the team at Como to build off of, and they really did most of the work, and it's been extremely well received by our guest base.
Garrick, that's impressive. I mean, you guys have done a tremendous amount of innovation there, and you've leveraged so many of the different options that are available through Como's platform. Also, that penetration rate you guys have is unbelievable. How did you achieve? Was it simply being very proactive at the cash register?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So actually, 65% is about 10% percentage point shy of the goal that I have set for our brand. So our working goal is 75%, and then once we can achieve that, I'm going to push that higher. So I appreciate the fact that you guys think that that's good. We're aiming for more. So how we've collected that over the years is I would say a combination of our training, which we still have opportunity to get better at, but the history of collecting that database was really built before I got here, and I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. It's amazing. If you just ask a customer for their phone number, they'll hand it over to you willingly without even knowing what they're giving it to you for. Now, we obviously will follow that up if they have a question about what we use that for. It's just for our loyalty system. We'll get you signed up and you can earn free food, free drink, et cetera, et cetera. And people are happy to give it over to you most of the time. And so we don't really do anything malicious with the information. We assure them of that at the purchase if they have that question. And by and large, the majority of people will give that information to you. The thing we are working on with Como is, before with the old loyalty provider, all we could capture was the phone number. We really didn't know much about the guest beyond that. Well, with Como, what we're able to do is build upon that. So we can get you in the system very quickly, which explains our high penetration rate. But we're working on processes to communicate now with the customer digitally to try and capture more information on sign up when you download the app. So the more data we have, we feel like we can best offer the things that our guests want and make them even more frequent purchasers of our brand.
Fantastic. Well, I want to thank you, Garrett, for sharing your story. It's impressive. I want to transition here towards the end to talk about a new product from Revel. And, basically, Solid Station is leveraging Como's premium tier, which includes a whole suite of feature sets. And what we've done is taken a subset of those feature sets targeted specifically to small and medium businesses at a price point that's really affordable and gives you super high ROI. And we're introducing that now. The product's called Loyalty XT. It's a one-stop shop for an integration between Como and Revel. This is native to Revel's platform in terms of the execution of purchasing it. And it comes with full, standard Revel support. So it's a heavily supported product. It's a best-in-class loyalty and marketing toolkit for small and medium-sized businesses. Super easy to deploy, easy to manage, affordable, as I mentioned, and a complete tool. Some highlights of the platform. One is to be able to leverage all this data that you're getting in. So you can look at trends, you can look at members versus non-members. And really, one of the exciting things here is this is connected to the CRM, the customer database. And the secret here is you can segment that database and target specific segments. So for example, your highest grossing members, or members that are not as active, members that have fallen away that you want to kind of bring back. And also you can track the efficacy of your promotions, the efficacy of your ability to recruit new members. So there's a tremendous amount of reporting and insights in the system, as well as a very robust CRM that captures both the profile of the customer and the behavior of the customer. Beyond that, once you have a segmented set, say, of customers that you want to target, there's a campaign engine. It's very easy, drag and drop, just set it and forget it. And there's several different campaign options. One is an order level discount. That could be one time or multi-use. Another one is a day and time. So you could say on weekends, you're getting double points, for example. Another one would be win back customers. So if you're seeing customers that have again, not been coming in so often, you can set up automatic triggers to message them. In general, you get access to a customizable email and SMS system, so you can ad hoc message your customers or attach them to one of these campaigns that has more of a function. There are also gifts you could send, a joining gift or a birthday gift. And so a tremendous number of different features there. In terms of supported reward models, the primary one and the most popular one in the market right now is really cash for points. So I spend X amount of cash, I get Y amount of points, which is configurable by the merchant, and then I can retain that for a discount on the order. There are also punch card options as well. Just to frame this, is my business a fit for Loyalty XT? Again, this is, I think, ideal for small to medium-sized businesses. It's not as broad as Como's entire premium platform, but it has a tremendous amount of power. It is available within the US right now, although we're looking at additional markets. Again, in terms of verticals, it'll serve all the standard verticals: quick service, fast casual, TSR, retail. So If you are interested, if you're an existing Revel client, you could reach out to your sales representative, or more generally, you could email sales@revelsystems.com to get more information in this. This will be launched mid-July, so it's coming up here. The pricing is $89 per establishment per month. Now, there's a $25 package for SMS messaging on top of that, which I think is extremely valuable for the value proposition. There is a $400 setup fee, but that's waived for existing Revel loyalty customers that are upgrading to the Loyalty XT option. And that's going to do it for me today. I want to turn it over to Mandy, see if there's additional questions that may have come in.
Yeah, we've got some questions from our viewers. Let's start off talking a little bit about the Como platform. How does it compare to other programs like Thanks?
So that's a great question. In general, without talking specifically about one other provider, when we see the Como's development team and what we've built, it's a lot about flexibility. Okay, it's a lot about generating the right features and modules for generating revenue for the business. And it's not just loyalty. Loyalty is one of the components that we do to being able to identify customers. But of course, we afterwards use very advanced marketing automations and the AI technology to engage with customers to bring them back more often, okay, to increase their spend, to increase their frequency. We're able to launch customers in just a few days, okay? Once we're integrated to Revel, for example, we're able to launch in 10 to 15 days any size of a business while we work in parallel on the branded mobile app that can be later on launched after a month. Very advanced as well, insights that are going to recommend you campaigns in just a click away. And of course, very advanced business intelligence tools that are going to be able to capture a lot of data from the item level integration. Okay, so being able to understand every single detail of the transaction and using that data for better do marketing automations and campaigns.
Okay. Does Como allow a broad loyalty program that allows subscriptions across multiple concepts so that loyalty members can enjoy the benefits of all concepts under an umbrella restaurant group? And can that data be shared across all the brands?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a lot of restaurant groups or hospitality groups where we build a multi-branded solution. Typically, we can see a core loyalty scheme that works across all of the stores, but each specific location or concept could have their own dedicated advanced campaigns, whether it's on subscriptions, on digital punch cards, accumulations of points or benefits. And one of the greatest advantages here is that we're able to have a centralized database for all the different customers on all the different concepts, being able to do cross promotions and incentivize customers to try new locations, new restaurants, new bars, and have it all centralized under one database. So absolutely, we can help with a multi-branded solution.
Are customers able to load money onto the platform and then use that money to pay for their in-store purchases like Starbucks and Chick-fil-A, like their apps do?
Yes. So we have a couple of mechanisms for that. Credit or money can be added at the POS in the online ordering. We also have a mobile wallet instead of the mobile application where customers can add credit to their account with their credit card details. It can also be digitally from the customer's website. And that money that you have added to your account can be later on used online in store. Okay. And you can also share money with your friends. Okay. So you can send money via email, SMS, push notifications, Slack. So it's a great tool for sharing with someone else. And the greatest benefit for the business in that particular scenario is, of course, that they're collecting the money immediately, similar to a gift card. But we're able to understand who the customers are that we're sending the money to. Okay, so their customers are going to have to sign up to the loyalty program to receive the $50 or $100 that Garrick sent me as an example.
Is Como available in Canada or is it a US only product?
So yes, we're available in Canada, of course. We work actually in over 35 countries around the world. We have offices in Israel, in Dubai, in London, in Paris, in Spain, and in Miami. And we have operations worldwide. We are GDPR compliant as well, so we're able to work in every territory around the world.
What about Singapore? Someone else just asked about Singapore.
As well, yes, we have a presence in Singapore already.
Does Como offer NFC-enabled loyalty, like via mobile wallet?
Interesting. We're actually exploring that functionality right now. We do have the mobile wallet that will allow customers to identify and pay. We also have a wallet pass that can be added into your into your phone, whether it's on iPhones or Androids. So those are two different things that we currently have, and we're exploring the NFC as well.
Within the campaigns, can you give 2 times the points for specific order modes, such as 2 times the points for dine-in?
Yes. So we have, and that's what I was referring to before in terms of flexibility on the marketing automations. So when we create a campaign, there's a lot of different conditions that can be applied into it based on the payment method, whether they bought online or in store, the day of the purchase, the items they're buying, the amount of money that they're spending. And we can have different type of accumulations of points according to those triggers. So very easily we can do those type of customer journeys if we want to incentivize more dine-in or more online and try to move more traffic from third parties to first and direct ordering solutions.
Mark, this question might be more for you. Does the Revel Loyalty XT retail module manage an address database that can handle DTC shipping?
That is a good question. I'm not, Yossi, do you have any insight on that?
No, not at the moment. No.
Okay. Is there a limit to how many SMS messages you can send per month with a $25 package?
There is an upper bound. I'd have to get back to you on the details of that. What we've tried to do is look at the averages in the industry and provide a tranche that's significant that would cover the needs of most businesses. So yes, there is an upper bound where you might have to spend additional if you were to cross that.
Do you know how many text messages a Revel customer would be able to send out to their customers for the $25 per month Loyalty XT package?
I will need to double check what kind of our current limit state is. Again, the product is not quite released yet. We're talking mid-July, but yeah, I can circle back if you can get the contact of that individual.
What about the $400 setup fee? Is that a cost per store or is that for the whole brand?
No, that's a brand level. And again, that's waived in the situation where you have an existing Revel loyalty customer that's upgrading.
Does the Como app offer mobile ordering powered by OOXT?
Yes, absolutely. So a couple of months ago, together with the Revel team, we allowed integrations to online ordering XT, to kiosk XT, to a customer-facing display XT as well. And we upgraded the integration to a point of sale. So all of that is available for the Revel and Como customers.
Okay, what about Olo? Does the Como app integrate with Olo also so that customers can order delivery?
Yes, so we just finalized the integration right now, and that is available for customers to use as well.
Okay, someone else asked about Tattle. Does Como offer integrations with other feedback platforms such as Tattle for guest?
Yes. So we have a couple of integrations in that segment, and Get Tattle is one of the partners that we work very closely with.
Okay, and then we have one more question about the question regarding online ordering. We weren't sure if it was answered. Does Como offer online ordering powered by Revel's OOXT? I think we talked about that, but they missed the answer.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and just to clarify, that will also be part of the Loyalty XT package, although it won't be released immediately in July. There'll be a subsequent release, which will be for Loyalty XT, full support for OXT.
Okay, I think that does it for our question and answer session. Thank you all for being with us today. We'd like to thank our viewers for being with us today. And that's the end of our webinar. If anybody has any extra questions, you can send it to our speakers at the end of the show. Thank you.